Hey guys, welcome to the Substitutes. Today we're doing something a little bit different to how we normally do it. As you can see, nobody else is here. It's just me. And I wanted to talk about the prospective change in ownership that might be coming Liverpool's way very shortly. First of all, it I think was a surprise to every Liverpool fan. I don't think at any point in time, even over the course of the summer, where there's been a lot of criticism about the net spend and how much money FSG have ultimately put into the club, um, and it has come as a bit of a surprise to me. I genuinely believe that FSG were in it for the long haul. I think the lack of sustainable investment from FSG has come to light more so in the more recent seasons and transfer windows past. I think they've come to a realization that they can only take the club so far, which is a brave realization. I think for any ownership, it's high time. Um, we were never going to be able to compete with the likes of City, Manchester United, even with their spending, Chelsea, and the upcoming, predicted spend of Newcastle, which hasn't been anything exorbitant or on the comparison to City or even Liverpool, if you look at the last, so many years. But if we're talking about net spend, it became pretty clear that without FFP, sorry, that FSG were pretty hard advocates for. And I think the reason they were hard advocates for that was because they looked at the size of the club of Liverpool, the following, and they thought, okay, without pumping too much of our own money into this, there is a lot of self sustaining revenue that can lead the club to success if these rules are followed and enforced the way that UEFA initially intended for them to be. That got thrown out the wayside when the Court of Arbitration for Sport got involved and basically bit slapped UEFA for even attempting to sue City. And I think FSG, after the European Super League debacle, had also decided that, okay, clearly in terms of revenue coming into the club, we've maximized it. We're not going to be able to compete with the likes of the top clubs in Europe in terms of net spend and putting money into the club, putting their own money into the club. Have they been good owners? I'd have to say, on the whole, yeah. I think they made a lot of gaffes when you talk about the season ticket prices, the Super League, but they have done a lot of good things as well as owners. We ended the 30-year wait for the title. We've been to 3 Champions League finals. We've won a Champions League. We've won the Club World Cup. We've won the FA Cup. We've won the League Cup. We've won the Community Shield. One of the best managers in Europe. Did they improve the playing squad? Yeah, 110%. They've improved the training pitch. The training facilities at Kirkby apparently are world class. And then you also have the expansion of the stadium, the main stand, and now the Anfield Road end. It's a big deal. But that whole era now comes to an end. And it begs the question, first, are FSG looking for additional investment, or are they B, looking to sell off the club entirely? If they are going to sell the club off, who are they going to sell it to? Um, and I'm sure a lot of people will disagree with me. I do not want to be run by or a nation state and whichever one that is. And it could be, doesn't have to be, you know, the same example as Saudi Arabia owning Newcastle or Qatar owning PSG or whatever. It could just, I don't want Liverpool as a fan. I would hate for Liverpool to become some sort of a brand ambassador for any country. I'd want Liverpool to be true to its values as a city, true to its values as a club, and stay that way. Probably won't. I have no idea. I also think that if an ownership group did come in with that intent or, with that kind of attitude or understanding of the club, I don't think it would fly well. But I just don't think that would be a great fit for Liverpool. or the city or the way the club is run. And I think also quite importantly, Jurgen Klopp, who has spoken not against, but very realistically on the circumstances that surround Liverpool when it comes to spending in the transfer market and the circumstances that surround other clubs. It's a different situation altogether. Our model is different and their model is different. And I think he was fair to comment on that. But that now also creates a caveat whereby a new ownership group is probably going to have to deal with, um, you know, keeping Klopp happy and making sure that he actually stays out his contract. Because if we're getting a new ownership group and a new manager in quick succession, we're in for a long rebuild. You know, there's been rumor that it could be a consortium from Dubai. I think that's highly unlikely. I don't think it would be a great fit, just culturally. Um, would I want to see that kind of money come into the club? Would I want to see Jurgen Klopp have 300 million to spend in each transfer window? Um, I always want my club to win, right? Like I want us to be winning these Premier Leagues that City's been winning, that we've been losing by a point here or there. I'd love for us to never have an injury crisis like the one that we had at the start of this season or at the start of the 2020-2021 season. I would always love for more money to be put into the club. But do I want us to become the next Man City? No, I don't. And I also took a lot of pride in winning that title in 2019 and 2020 because of the fact that we hadn't gone about it the way City had. So no, I as much as I want to see new money come into the club, I also I just value doing things the right way. And look, it's not like FSG were angels or anything. I'm sure their money isn't clean. Everyone who's that rich, your money can't be squeaky clean. Not everyone's fucking Carl Icahn. I don't think that's what's going to happen at Liverpool. There's rumors of Mukesh Ambani taking over. Those rumors, I think, have been squashed earlier today. Thank fuck. I don't want to see his wife or Mr. Ambani Jr. giving pep talks in the fucking locker room before a match against City at Anfield when we're fighting for the fucking title and Jurgen Klopp sat there just looking at this moron talk shit. I I can't imagine Trent, Verge, Salah just sitting there listening to some yeah, let's just not go there. Hopefully that never happens, and hopefully that was just a bullshit rumor that's been quashed. The fact that the banks that are working on this are both American, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley. This is a prospectus that is being prepared by Americans for Americans. If you look at a lot of the deals that FSG have made, they have been very stateside as well, in terms of the sponsorship and the overall sort of revenue that they've brought into the club. So I do think that there is a huge American connection. I do think that there's a strong, strong possibility that we're going to get another American consortium. I think it's an exciting time to be a Liverpool fan, right? If you take out all the noise about, who's going to buy us and all of that, whether it's going to be some sort of a country that's going to try to sport wash us or all of that. If you remove all of that noise and you just look at the fact that okay, we've been screaming for more investment into the squad for years. Anybody who can afford Liverpool is not going to buy it to depreciate that asset. They're going to be buying Liverpool to improve on that asset and retain its best qualities and increase its value, right? If we're talking about an American ownership here, there will be investment in the squad. We're talking about a club that's worth at least £4 billion, which means that the investment coming in, the bid's going to be 5 million plus, something like that, one would reckon. So whoever's buying this is probably going to probably have pretty deep pockets, right? At that level, I firmly believe and hope to improve the club and to win things, to make us the most successful club in Europe. And that should be exciting for every Liverpool fan. That really should be exciting for all of us. And I am stoked about that. I just hope we can do it the right way. I just hope that to the ownership and the people who are going to come in, they understand that this means more, and this isn't just any club. This is one of the top 5 clubs in Europe. You're getting a jewel. You're getting the most historic football club in England, and I just hope you treat it with respect, and I just hope you have the aim of continuing our success and adding to it and creating another awesome chapter in our history, because the FSG chapter had some bumps and roads, but overall it was a really good chapter in our history, and we can thank them for a lot of the things that we're enjoying today as Liverpool fans. So that's my hope. No Ambani, please. That would fucking suck. But yeah, thanks for hearing me out. And we're the Substitutes. Give us a like, leave a comment, let me know what you think, what Liverpool should be doing about this new ownership, what they should be looking for in new owners. Would you like the Ambanis? Are you happy for a nation to come in and own and run Liverpool? Fuck. It's exciting and nerve-wracking at the same time, guys. I don't know what to tell you. We're the Subs. Thanks.